Look at this statement. Look at this thing. 8 paragraphs. There's an 8 paragraph. I'm not going to go ahead and read this. Last month, I took a fall, which landed me in the hospital. My doctors have confirmed that I didn't break any bones or suffer a concussion. I didn't have a heart attack or a stroke. I don't have any tumors or hemorrhages, but I was briefly unconscious, was taken to the hospital. While receiving excellent care over the past several weeks, I've also had to deal with a mild case of pneumonia. I can assure you that I've been a good patient. At my age, I tend to do what my doctors tell me to do, dadgummit. I've submitted every test they can think of to help figure out what caused this incident. And I'm continuing to do everything they asked to speed my recovery. In fact, with signs of continued progress, I've been able to move from hospital care to a rehabilitation center where I'll keep regaining my strength. And you're like, yo, dude, can I remind you? This is Mitch McConnell from 3 years ago, guys. Watch this.
What are my thoughts about what?
Running for re-election in 2026.
That's
Did you hear the question, Senator? Running for re-election in 2026? All right, I'm sorry, you all. We're going to need that. Senator. Penny.
Dude. Dude. That's 3 years ago, guys.
okay.
Somebody else have a question? Please speak up.
Dude. That was 3 years ago. I mean, if you're wondering why he collapsed, it's because he's barely able to fucking stand up. And he was planning on running for re-election in 2026. Like, yo, dude. No. Yeah, dude, seriously, the never-ending loading screen. Dude, oh my God, talk about the spinning wheel of death. Jeez Louise, guys. So, needless to say, that man did not dictate this. As much as it frustrates me, this process takes time. And on the advice of my doctors, I won't be able to return to the Senate floor to vote quite yet, but rest assured that if I do die, it's going to be after August 3rd, so there won't be a special election. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, no. Hey, that line shall be stricken from the record. Nah, hold on, Yo, Mitch's office, please. Yeah, what's up? Political punk here. Yo, yeah, no, you need to strike that line from the record. That line about how you're not going to let him die until after August 3rd. Yeah, I think you need to pull that out of the final copy, boss. I think that's gonna give people the wrong idea. That's going to make them think that this whole thing is just a ginormous shell game and that you're going to pull them out of the fucking cooler and like parade them around like Weekend at Bernie's. All right? Yeah, no more of that shit. Dude, keep it. And next time you do a Mitch McConnell statement, maybe don't have it be like 12 chapters because nobody's really believing this shit. The last time anyone saw him, he couldn't even answer a goddamn question. He was glitching out like a fucking 1970s TV set. All right? He was like an AM radio tuned like halfway between two stations. And now you're trotting out a fucking manifesto. And people are like, yeah, I'm not sure that's the real deal. All right? Get it straight. All right, fuck you. Bye-bye. Jesus. Bro. Dude, what are we doing? All right? Isn't that crazy? And then the attending physician said he was admitted to the hospital 4 weeks ago after falling at home and sustaining minor injuries. But guys, if he fell at home, why did they ask for an extra ambulance saying cardiac arrest? A comprehensive evaluation by a multidisciplinary team determined he had no fractures, no cardiac abnormalities, no stroke, tumor, or hemorrhage. Early in his hospitalization, he developed pneumonia, which responded rapidly to antibiotic treatment. The remainder of the hospital stay focused on physical therapy and strategies to reduce his risk of future falls. So now, though, guys, is you got to ask yourself, if he had pneumonia, right? If he had pneumonia, guys, why didn't they just mention that like weeks ago? Right? Oh, yeah, he fell. He had pneumonia. Why did we wait 24 days in silence? Right? I mean, doesn't this seem like it could have been released, you know, June 15th? What was the wait? The guy fell on the 14th. It wasn't a cardiac incident. There's, you know, 911 calls or whatever, EMS calls, asking for another unit because of a cardiac arrest. But they're saying, whoopsie, we brought a second unit. It wasn't really a cardiac arrest. And then he got pneumonia. So why didn't you just tell us that on June 15th, June 20th? Right? It didn't sit right with me. And, you know, the fact, though, that they have him with a newspaper like a hostage. Guys, I was real blunt about this on the internet, and I know that I'm not the only one. We live in an AI timeline, guys. A person holding a newspaper in a photograph is no longer believable necessarily. That proves nothing. Look at this. This person says, this is a real photo. You can see McConnell holding a copy of today's newspaper, the Washington Post, right? This is a real photo. And look at what this guy said. Yep, definitely. He's holding today's newspaper. Definitely a real photo. Dude. Dude, killing me. That shit is insane. It's a real photo, guys. I don't think a lot of people were necessarily buying the Mitch photo. Like, for example, why didn't they show the big letters? Okay? If you look at the paper, look at this. Sports. It says a huge sports right there, or homegrown talent. Why didn't they show the part of the paper that had the big letters? Why is there just a little chip of the paper? I mean, tiny letters, so when they blur up, you can't read them. If it's AI generated, you're not going to know that it's AI generated. If they had the big letters, we would probably know. You'd see the sports was all funky. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a little bizarre, boss. It's a little bizarre the way that they operated this shit. Number two is like, you know, he's in this chair at the facility. Why is he in jeans? Okay, this guy is 84 years old. 84 years old, and he fell, supposedly, knocked himself unconscious. And so he goes to a rehab facility and they put him in a dress shirt and jeans? Is he getting in them by himself? This guy who's so frail that he fell and knocked himself unconscious? Are they helping him get into jeans at a rehab facility? An 84-year-old man, they're going to squeeze him into a pair of jeans every morning? Come on. Come on, dude. He'd be wearing like sweatpants, okay? Some type of like sweatpants and a very loose-fitting pullover shirt. Like, come on, bro. It's so weird, guys. It's so weird to me. It is a post-reality world where now every day something goes on that doesn't feel real. What he's sitting on is I think it's a chair. They have him in one of those little sports car beds, right? Oh shit. There he is. He's. They got Mitch set up. Yes, 𝗙cie𝗶𝗹𝗆's room. Vroom vroom, Mitchie. Vroom vroom. Dude, this one is badass, dude. And the wheels light up like the wheels are like the nightlight. Like this thing is fucking amazing. I want this bed right now, dude. It's the timing too, because check it out, guys. They released the statement today, an 8-paragraph statement, but they mention nothing about Lindsey Graham passing. Why is Lindsey Graham not mentioned in his giant 8-page statement? And you know what else happened today, guys? Do you know what happened today? Let's go look in on Andy Beshear.
Our Republican supermajority has been so worried about me being able to potentially support someone before a special election that they passed not one but 2 laws. They tried at first to say they could submit a list of 3 people to me from the Republican Party, and I'd have to pick. Now they say I can't fill a vacancy, but I have to call a special election. But here's the thing. There is a Kentucky constitutional provision that says that I appoint all state officers when there's a vacancy. The question is, does that apply to federal offices? Well, before there was ever a law in Kentucky on how this would work, multiple appointments were made by governors, assuming under that provision. So if we end up there, and I hope we don't, I hope Senator McConnell will provide proof of life tomorrow and that we could all move on. There's at least going to be probably a little disagreement.
So that's just it, guys. Because they have a Democratic governor and the governor appoints when there's a vacancy, the Kentucky state legislature, which is so gerrymandered, passed laws preventing the governor from appointing somebody like they do in every fucking state, because they were worried about McConnell dying. So his own state legislature has been limiting his power. They did this shit in Wisconsin. But guys, this is nonsensical. And what's more, though, is the Kentucky state constitution doesn't say it has to be the same party. He can replace Mitch with a Democrat. He can. But they've like passed some laws. They're trying to thwart the state constitution. But so he says this last night. Maybe Mitch will provide proof of life tomorrow. Saturday night, 5 p.m., this comes out. And then Sunday morning, there's Mitch holding a newspaper in what looks like a very AI photo with an 8-paragraph statement that doesn't mention Lindsey Graham being dead. Bro, come on! What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. You like the video, you want to support independent resistance media, you know what to do. Drop that sub, hit the like button, and please share it. And we do love our members, so if you want to become a member, it's another really great way to support. Thanks again for everything, guys. I'll see you next time. Let's go.